Deanna Stelmaschuk here for week number 4 of OPI and Nails Magazine's NTNA All-Stars. And for this week, we were asked to create an avant-garde set on one hand using OPI's Powder Perfection and referencing OPI's nail art guide.
As soon as I started scrolling through OPI's nail art guide, I came across the geometric section and Geojinza stood out to me. I love peach and black as a color combination, and I love the modern cleanliness of this design. I'm making my own pale pink background using 2 scoops of clear Powder Perfection and 1 scoop of Alpine Snow Powder Perfection. I basically just line the bottom of my Dappen dish with Big Apple Red Powder Perfection because I only need a tiny bit to make this mix pink. Now that I've got my base pink color made, I start tailoring my forms by trimming out the area for the hyponychium. My plan is to sculpt a square nail, which is going to lead to some very advanced form placement. So right now I'm measuring where I'm going to need to fold in order to make my form square. The parameters for each nail will be different, so you're going to have to do that on every single finger. Now I begin by folding the form. So I'm going to need to fold it 4 times. The meaning of avant-garde is new and unusual experimental ideas, and they can often be controversial, so I wanted to give my nails that vibe as well. Now that I've got my new and unusual controversial shape planned, I don't want to just pile a bunch of stuff on top of the nail to create the theme. I want the theme to begin with the nail itself. Taking Absolute Monomer and the pink mix I created earlier, I'm going to start sculpting my square. To achieve the sharp edges that we're going to need to create this square nail, we're going to really need to pile the product on and repeat this process a few times. Then we're going to do some rough filing with our e-file, and then we're going to fine tune with our hand file. As you can see while I'm shaping, I had my form tilted up quite a bit to make sure that my square comes out nice and straight. Now I'm applying a layer of Powder Perfection top coat, then I let it dry thoroughly and apply another layer. Start making a ton of tiny squares using Powder Perfection Clear, then Black Onyx Powder Perfection, now we're going to use Coraling our spirit animal for the peach. Peel them off and trim them with scissors because it's a lot faster than filing. Powder Perfection base coat is an adhesive, so we're going to use that to start putting our little cubes together. You can apply activator to speed up drying time. Now I'm going in with base coat again and coating the whole cube, and I'm doing the dip. And we're actually going to double dip and repeat that process. Take your monomer and your black onyx and paint it really thin on a piece of form paper. Wait for it to dry, and then we're going to take our scissors again and trim it into strips. Dipping powders are great for 3D because they're very fine and very pigmented, so a little goes a long way. Get that sticky base coat out again and start putting those strips on your clear squares. Apply a layer of Powder Perfection top coat over the clear squares to make them really clear. And for the other squares that aren't clear, we're just going to leave them acrylic matte. To make the lines on the nail, I'm using Powder Perfection top coat on a striper brush, and then I sugar it with Black Onyx Powder Perfection. You can go back in and touch those lines up a little more after with your top coat and Powder Perfection again. Work in small stretches because that top coat dries quick. And because the base coat is a super sticky glue, we're going to use it to apply all of our little gems and embellishments. I hope you like this artsy avant-garde set, and if you're going to try this shape at home, please make sure you have lots of time. The shaping is quite extensive. And please don't forget to vote for Challenge 4 of OPI and Nails Magazine's NTNA All-Stars!